Preston Guy, TigerBait.com, now joins us in the Jim's Firearms Hotline. Preston, how we doing?
Hunt, how's it going, man? Thank you for letting me invade your space of baseball opening day. I know today is a sacred holiday for you. It is not Valentine's Day. It is opening day. So hopefully you're feeling good about the team this year.
I feel good about the team, and honestly, I'm not really concerned about your feelings on Valentine's Day versus opening day. I'm more concerned with my wife's, and she was good with me going to the baseball game as long as I can pick up sushi on the way home, which I said we can make that happen. So as long as she's happy, I'm happy at the box, and you're happy if we talk about some football. So let's go ahead and do that. I said my piece about Jawan Johnson yesterday, and I gave a lot of caveats because for all I know, some intern just input the position wrong on the website. But the website does say that Jawan Johnson is listed as a quarterback. Your thoughts on the whole situation?
Well, I mean, you've got Garrett Nussmeier, who's your veteran stud starter. You know he's there. You've got the Michael Van Buren from Mississippi State coming in, right? And who else is really – you didn't sign a freshman quarterback. Ricky Collins hit the portal. So were you going to roll into spring ball with two quarterbacks? To me, this screams like, yeah, we needed to have another quarterback there because we don't know if Colin Hurley's going to be there for spring or not. So let's go into spring ball with the preparation that Jawan Johnson is going to be a quarterback for us and have to run our offenses. And hopefully he gets another skill set. I do have some concern about long-term and his development. Like, okay, if he's going to be a running back for you, is he truly honing his running back skills? And you know he needs reps because he played quarterback in high school. Of course, he's the LHSAA all-time leader in total yardage playing quarterback for LCA. But, you know, is he going to be able to learn the position well if you keep on bouncing him around? You started him at DB, and now you're bouncing him out to running back, and then, you know, quarterback now for spring. If this is just a spring ball move, are you hindering his development by moving him around to so many positions? That's my concern with it, if it is just a short-term move. But you certainly understand why you would want more than two quarterbacks for spring football.
Yeah, I guess my point was I think it's unlikely that Jawan Johnson can help the team at quarterback. If Colin Hurley doesn't come back and Garrett Nussmeier and Michael Van Buren both get hurt, I think your team is toast. Like, I realize that that's not like a popular thing to say and that you would never hear a coach say that. But if you think he can help at star or running back, like, get him reps there and just realize that if you get one quarterback gets in a car accident and come back and the other two get hurt, well, sorry, we tried.
Well, you know, Hunt, I hear what you're saying. It is a really bad situation.
Yeah.
If you have to roll out with Jawan Johnson. Like, it's not – you're not competing for a championship with Jawan Johnson rolling out there at quarterback. I get where you're coming from. That being said, I mean, you really do need – you're thin there.
You are, no question.
Someone rolling. I mean, are you just going to what was the bowl? Are you going to John Trey Kirkland this thing?
Well, I think, look, there's another transfer portal window where I feel like you could probably get someone who can function. I don't know what the walk-ons do. I mean, how many times have we seen some terrible situation on a Saturday where two quarterbacks go down and some walk-on goes out there and helps? And what is there a possibility here that Jawan Johnson is just working at running back and there's a package for him at quarterback? Like, maybe we're just there's a likelihood, I think, that I'm just reading too much into this.
Maybe. You know, you also have to understand, I mean, they added the U-High quarterback, Emil Picarella, just recently. And he's more coveted than your typical walk-on. Let me ask you this, Hunt. Who would you feel better about winning a football game for you out there, Jawan Johnson or A.J. Swan?
Oh, A.J. Swan by a mile. A.J. Swan's.
I don't know about that.
A.J. Swan's played SEC quarterback before.
Not well,
but Jawan Johnson's literally never done it.
Well, that's true, but Jawan Johnson, I have no idea what A.J. Swan did in high school. I will bet you anything, A.J., that Jawan Johnson was a better high school quarterback than him. That being said, I mean, the dynamic ability to expand your offense, running the ball, rolling out. Look, if I have to bet on one of those guys winning a football game for me, I'm putting my money on Jawan Johnson every time over A.J. Swan, who's very limited and not a very talented passer. I mean, call me crazy, but I'll go Jawan Johnson over A.J. Swan. And A.J. Swan was your second-string quarterback at the end of last
Yeah.
year. So, you know, when you start making those comparisons, at least for me, I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah. Let's talk about some staff additions. Big deal, little deal, no deal at all. Tim Rattay comes over. Lance Guidry comes over. They're big names because Rattay is a legend collegiately at Louisiana Tech, and Guidry is from here and has been a coordinator at a couple of stops, and it didn't go great at the end at Miami. But what are your thoughts on those two additions to the staff?
Well, first off, I think more so than either one of those guys individually, it's clear to me that they are looking to invest in their analyst staff. I remember under Ogeron for a while, that became like a big deal. We all talked about the Nick Saban coaching rehabilitation clinic, right? And it seems like that under Kelly, there were certainly some quality analysts that they've added, but it wasn't like a huge, robust lineup that we were beating on our chest with. So those guys, in addition to, I mean, they brought in Grambling special teams coordinator as a special teams assistant. Certainly seems like they're trying to stockpile up on a great number of very talented guys. I mean, think about Lance Guidry a year ago. I mean, we're talking about Miami's defensive coordinator, and now all of a sudden he's just an analyst for you. That's really good. Tim Rattay, did you know Tim Rattay threw for like 12,000 yards in college?
So I was a young kid in Shreveport, right down the road from Ruston, when Tim Rattay and Troy Edwards were rolling up yards. Yes, I was well aware of it. They were setting a lot of records in Ruston.
Yeah. So, and then we're talking about the familiarity with Joe Sloan.
Yeah.
They were on coaching staff together at Louisiana Tech, if you remember correctly. I think he was the quarterback's coach under Joe Sloan, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, familiarity. We're talking about a former NFL and college star. I mean, look, these are great. We're talking about analysts here. We're not talking about your coordinator. These are big resumes just to add to your coaching staff to help it be analysts. I love what they're doing, not just with those two, just the overall body of the quality guys they're bringing in. I mean, look, I don't think Brian Kelly's playing around anymore. I think he's getting with the team and saying we have to invest in our coaching and we have to invest in our roster. We have to compete right now this year, or he's probably toast if not, you know.
We'll see. Things look decent right now, but they got a lot of work to do. They continue to work on the recruiting trail. Bryson Martinez commits this week from right down the road at EA. They're doing a good job in the state, and it's a big haul. What are your thoughts on Bryson Martinez and how they've approached the state of Louisiana for 26?
Well, I love Bryson Martinez, and I was just watching his film the other day. Or I'd say when he committed, I made sure to go through and watch all his film. He is a hog in the trenches. I mean, he is a bulldozer. He's mowing over people. I think he needs to be polished a little bit in his pass blocking. Okay, his footwork's a little slow-footed. I think he looks more like a right tackle, even though he's playing left tackle. He looks like a collegiate right tackle to me right now, or maybe even guard. Although, shoot, at 6'6", you'd hope he doesn't have to play guard. But I think he needs to clean up his pass blocking a little bit. I have a lot of confidence in LSU in developing pass blockers. We've seen them develop. Brad Davis developed a few pretty good pass blockers. So I would rather take a guy who's a hog in run blocking and then see if you can develop him into a good pass blocker than the other way around, because they didn't run block very well last year. But anyway, huge kid, local kid. You love keeping these guys home, especially a top 100 national player. They continue to put a really heavy focus in state and at least start strong in state. Of course, it seems like the big name guys with NIL, a couple are you're starting to lose, but you know that's part of the business here. Is if you're going to get into a national bidding war over a local kid, if you want to keep the kid home, do you want to empty out your collective just to keep a local kid home? And thus far, the answer has been we'll pay, we'll take care of you what you're worth, but I'm not taking away enough money to get 3 other commitments just for one kid. So locally early on, they're good. Can they retain them? And can they keep away the overbidders in NIL?
Tell everybody what's going on at TigerBait. Spring football is not that far away.
No, it's not, man. It's starting next month, and we'll be doing our practice reports, and we'll be doing our post spring game show, so you can see us on our YouTube channel. Keep up with regular content. Of course, we're also doing a women's basketball show that Mike hosts, and they're doing all their shows there. So you can definitely keep up with our channel and website. We're working on a bunch of recruiting pieces right now. I'm working on Booby Feaster, who's the DeSoto 5-star receiver. He reclassified from 27 to 26 today, meaning he's next at bat. So I'm trying to get a good story put together for him, and our staff, we're out grinding, getting all the 26 and 27 recruiting stories. We'll be pumping out a ton of updates during this off season. So y'all make sure to check out TigerBait.com and the YouTube channel.
If Booby Feaster's not on the all-name team, then they got to do away with the all-name team. That's just the way that
it's a nickname. I don't know if that counts. It's a
goes. All right, Preston, we appreciate we appreciate some time. Have a great weekend, man.
All right, see you soon, hon.
He's Preston Guy, LSU beat writer, TigerBait.com. He's with us every single Friday.
Hey, thanks for watching Hunt on LSU. Before you get out of here, do us a couple of favors. Hit that like button, leave your comments below, and subscribe to the channel for all your Fighting Tiger football talk. See you next time.